did just what the home.
I was the black cat. I used to have bad luck. Now every girl wanna really matter that much. A college dropout and
So well, my friends, we have forgotten our last spot. We have 25 courts in and not 24. I always forget this. 1, 2. No, it's not this place. No. The full cage, the only full cage in town. But there is no basketball ring anymore. But there was one, but this is not the court. No, this is not. But here was a basketball ring, you know, a few years ago, but it is not here anymore. But from here I want to make this video because it is too far away to walk there, but it is in the city, it belongs there, and it is our last rank, you know. So it will not change the numbers of the before courts. Rank 25, and that means the last court of them all, and it is the hidden woods court, you know. Important, not the hidden court. This court is called the hidden woods court, you know. I have footage from there. We have made a video recently, and I have from there also footage over 20 years ago, and the place is still there. It is the roughest place from all. I personally like it very much in there, but still, you know, I try to make my personal decision, but also how it is playable, so I come to the middle point always by the courts, you know. I would rank it a little bit higher, you know, but there's one downside, you know. It is gravel ground, you know, the gravel ground or gravel ground, you know. I always call it the gravel ground. I mean, alone that this still exists nowadays is wow. You know, to me, I like it there. I think 99% of basketballers, maybe 100, would never go there and say, what, gravel ground, you know. And I will show you footage from there, and then you see it. Watch now. So now you have seen that really absolutely rough place, you know, and this place is older than I am old, you know. That means that it's over 40 years, you know, over 40 years. How long the basketball ring is in there, I don't know, but what I know is it is over 20 years in, you know, because I have the video footage from there when I was in there back in the days, in the early 2000s. But I was in that place in the early 90s, you know. There we had a birthday party and this and that. But I don't remember if there was the ring in, you know. But I think it was in, but I cannot tell exactly. That is 50-50, you know. But the ring was so old even back then that maybe it was in since the 90s, since the early 90s. But very cool to play, you know. That is an original streetball court. You know, when streetballers then tell me, wow, what a shit place, then to me, you know, I different. Then I know, these are the 3-3 players, you know, the indoor players who play the 3-3 tournaments, which is called streetball, or you know, streetball name holds Adidas, or call it FIBA 3-3, whatever. But I'm a streetball, you know. Streetball means to me the street, and that is an original streetball court which you find on no other place, you know. Here, that is a one of a kind, complete other than any other place, and that is why I like the place so much. But the downside is, of course, you cannot bring the best ball. I use for such courts the NCAA replica ball, you know, the solution replica ball, which I told, this is my perfect ball. Why perfect? Because I need one composite balls, which I know I will damage. This is an indoor-outdoor ball, and this ball I have because I also have the new version, a little bit softer, more like the Evo NXT from the replica ball NCAA, and this ball I don't use on rough conditions, you know. And I also use the never flat Elite ball also there, and that is great, or rubber balls, but most of the time the other two. The downside there is one big downside, you know. On one hand, you never know what people will enter in, you know. You always think in the woods, like in Rambo film, you don't know who comes, but people don't fear me. But what fears me are the dogs. And there are a lot of people going with their dogs, and there is not much on this side, you know, when you go left, this and that, and they have no line, you know, many of them, because they would never imagine that one is in there, and then a dog runs, and then really a lot of people have no control over the dog. They shout, come back, but the dog will not come back, you know. And so therein you have no chance to hide or to go up where when the dog will bite you, you have no chance to escape. And that is the thing why I don't enjoy it that much, because when you hear people, I'm always watching, because you never know, the people give a shit about their dog, you know. When a dog hears a ball, you know, then boom, this is with a skateboard. I had this back in the days. A dog was belling, bam, 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 and then he crashed to me. I jumped off the skateboard because I was experienced. The dog will bite the skateboard, not me, and he bite into my skateboard, you know, and I had the teeth in. And so I had a lot of things with dogs, and so I know how this works, and I know how many people have no control over that, and there you cannot escape. And that is why I have to rank it at the last spot, because that is really, you know, the only downside. And of course of the gravel ground, I cannot make a gravel ground over a other court, you know. I could, you know, I've done it with Gangster Court back then, but that is another story. But it's a really cool place. I enjoy it, but still it is the rank 25, and that means the 24 court is still looks like outside court that I get it, but they looks like outside court. So when you see that video, that is now not the last before the last spot, you know. But this court, you know, the Hidden Woods court, you have seen the footage over 20 years ago. Very, very cool place, you know. One of a kind. But when I'm there with the bicycle, because the bicycle sometimes also helps, you know. I had this important now, I went to the Hidden Woods court, you know. That is in the mountain, the Hidden Woods court, but in the city. And there, 2 years ago, when I made all courts on one day, you remember that was brutal. And when I moved up with the bicycle there, that was the city bike, because at that time I hadn't no other bike. And then after 7 hours to push the 22 kilo bike up there, and then 2 dogs came, you know. They were standing, 2 women, and they had no line, and one dog wanted to attack me, and he came to me. And the other dog was the bigger one. He also came to me, but you have seen immediately he was bad, you know. He was only also doing this because of the other dog. and the other dog really wanted to bite me, and I grabbed the bicycle and put it in front of me, and the people there, you know what they said? He does nothing, he will not bite, and you have seen the teeth out, and really, I thought, take your dog, come to me, nothing happened, you know. I thought, come, take your dog away, you know. I don't get this, and this is why I'm so carefully, this is why I have to rank this court completely down, because I always watch what is going on. When you hear something, you always watch, because you know at front will come the dog. And you have seen it in the video, there was also a dog, but it was a nice one, no line, you know, and that is the problem. So rank 25, the forgotten hidden woods court, and that it is. So in that sense, we will see us again. Until next time, bye and ciao.